What up, what up, what up? Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Yeah, what? I know you have something to say.
20 seconds ago. 7 years ago. No. He was over here like, I'm unmotivated. I gotta flip the switch.
Oh, man.
If that's not the most flipped switch I've ever seen.
You know, sometimes you gotta start the podcast off hyped and you gotta get yourself hyped. And, 20 seconds ago,
funny.
I was not feeling it.
That was funny.
The beat played and I'm like, what up, what up, what up?
Like, it just washed over him.
Oh, man. What is going on, guys? I'm Shadell, co-host of PagingTheSimpsons. I'm joined by my lovely wife,
Lauren. I didn't have to flip a switch.
Lucky you. I'd like to report to you guys this week that I have been sick.
I finally got him, guys.
The
man who never gets sick, ever. He didn't get the flu from me, people. He got a cold. Tell me how that makes sense. Yeah, but I'm telling you that what you had was not the flu.
I didn't say it was a flu. I said it was a fever.
No, but it was a cold too, like the symptoms.
Dog, so I never get sick, and oh man, to experience chills and to have your teeth chattering or however you want to pronounce it, whatever. Oh, it was not fun. That was not fun.
Let me play you a song on the world's smallest violin.
And like we did last week, we're gonna do it this week also. So in between, topics, we'll cut and take a break, which to you guys is nothing because you guys don't get affected by it. But it's just for us to regroup because now throughout this, I may cough, I may not cough because someone has made me sick. So I'm slightly stuffy. You may not be. Well, I could hear it. So as I'm talking, I can hear this. So I hope that we don't get you sick.
Okay, you just a weirdo.
Sending good vibes, positive vibes to you, because some people over here like to spread their nasty germs.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm. God.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Poor you.
Yeah. When I went to work, like we were saying real quick, like I was saying last week about the whole coronavirus and how everyone's since that's the big media hype right now, everyone's saying, oh man, hope you don't have the coronavirus. Yep, I had a taste of that going to work and everyone's sitting there there was one guy that was joking to everyone saying, man, I bet Shell has the coronavirus, so we wouldn't even know. He would pop up on the news and it'd be like, one confirmed case. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I got multiple jokes of that this week too. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just rude.
Because if it wasn't if it wasn't happening at the time, dog, it'd be another day.
People joke about it. They're like, oh no, you got the corona? And I'm like, shut up. I'm like, thank you for your sympathy.
Right?
It's appreciated.
The one thing I hated too, no offense, I know people would try to be nice. And you would probably like it. A lot of people would like it. This is just me. Dog, I went back into work, and everyone's like, Chanel, you feeling better? Of course I'm feeling better. Why would I be back in the office with everyone else?
I mean, because that's America, and you have to tough it out whether you're sick or not. But then in the next breath, they say, keep your kids home from school. But then, fun fact, if you keep your kids home from school too many times, then you get fun letters in the mail that threaten that they may stay back. So, that's fun.
Okay, sounds like you're talking about your own childhood trauma right now.
Yes, but I'm saying, because apparently that's a thing now, is people are trying to put it out there to hey, keep your kids home, do not send them to school, blah blah blah. First of all, there's a lot of parental situations. If there's a single parent and they have to go to work and all, there's a lot of complication there. But also, yeah, really, if your kid gets sick more often than usual, and you actually do that, you'd still, it's you could get in trouble for that too.
I'm sorry for your childhood trauma.
It's crazy.
It was not your fault nor your responsibility. I like to say at this day and age.
Is this therapy?
That's what I think you need right now. I give you, those absences for you to take care of yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Free yourself from that. Man, so I want to talk about this topic that is near and dear to our hearts. Now, I say this because it's pretty much what started us. So I want to talk about online dating, and I know we talked about this in like, older episodes.
Whoa.
Way older.
He says,
episodes.
whoa.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's way back there. And this is an article from TechCrunch, and it's from Pew, which I have no idea. Oh, Pew Research Center it's their report saying that 30% of U.S. adults have used online dating. 12% found committed relationships from it. Is that surprising to you in this day and age?
Surprising how? Which way?
Well, first off, that 30% of U.S. adults use online dating.
As in, that's a lot or a little?
That's a little to me.
Okay. I'd
like to see.
Well, what is the age range? That's my question.
Man, they gave it a lot of. They dug into this a lot. I mean, they did it through all ages between 18 to 50.
Because if they're that's what I'm saying is if they're also counting like a big pool of older people, then yeah, I feel like that would make the percentage go down. But I feel like if you're focusing on younger people, the percentage would be up.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is so interesting. Threatened to physically harm them. Wow. So they did a lot of reports with the people that they casted. I'm trying to see how many people did they use here. Man, they didn't give a number of how many people. How do you give an accurate report without telling me how many people? Relax, buddy.
He got mad because I can't hear him in the microphone, and I moved it.
So this is kind of
buddy.
I it's expected, but I hate it. So on their report, out of the online people that use online dating, it says threatened physical harm. So people that have threatened physical harm, men had 9%, from 18 to 34, and women from 18 to 34 had 19% were threatened for from physical harm from the person they were talking to, which is crazy.
Like just talking to before you even met and everything?
Well, yeah, it's online dating.
That's crazy.
Like what? I mean, you gotta think about it. Let's be real. You tell a guy hits you up and you're like, I'm not interested, and then they come up with something wild. Like, come on now.
And they like go off. Okay.
And it's like some insecure stuff, and it's like that annoys me so much. I never understand when a guy's like, yo, you look cute. Go ahead, take a look. When a guy's like, yo, you look cute, and you're like, I'm good. And they're like, no, F you, you ugly. Like, they go on like a whole tyrant of like putting you down.
Wait.
What?
So it says continue to contact them after saying they were not interested. Men is 27%, women is 48%. Does that mean 48% of women continued?
What do you mean? I can't see what you're seeing.
It says continue to contact them after saying they were not interested. So the women are doing the contacting? Is that the 48%?
No, they got contacted.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say that
someone's contacting them after they said they're not interested.
Okay, yeah. No, I believe that.
Of course.
Almost
like,
half.
dog.
Oh, my gosh. Like, get the picture.
You see this on Instagram. Oh, I hope you don't see this on Instagram.
60% 18 to 34 women.
If you see this on Instagram, I hope you're blocking these people. I'm talking to you.
Me?
Yes.
Who is reaching out to me doing that?
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Sent them a sexually explicit message or image they didn't ask for. Women 18 to 34, 57%.
And it kind of shocks me, like...
True. We've all gotten a dick pic that we didn't want.
Not anymore, right?
Nope.
Good. Should have happened since December 15th going forward. You should never get one of those ever in your life. You could be 70 years old.
Yeah, the last one was like right before that.
Wait, in 2019?
No, 14. I thought we were talking about December 15th of 2014.
No, I'm talking about December 15th of 2019.
Oh. I thought you meant before we were official.
That doesn't count. I can care less about that shit.
Wow. So you were cool like when we were 2 years in if someone just sent me a dick pic?
I mean, no, I would hope you block them.
But you're like, that doesn't count.
Yeah, but I'm not really. I would hope the person that I'm with
That voice
would handle that situation correctly.
Listen to your stuffy voice.
Yo, can you take me seriously for once in your life? Like, goddamn. Look at that stuffy voice.
Oh.
Isn't he cute? It's like my old little baby Yoda. I don't know. I just found this article interesting. And I don't.
I will say, the other night I was at a networking meeting and I was talking with this guy, and I think, how did it come up? I don't know. How did I meet you or something? Of course is the question. And so I said online, and he was like, oh, which one or whatever. And so I told him. He said, yeah. He said, I might get back into doing that. I might try that or something. I guess his wife passed away over a year ago. And so he was like, oh, yeah, someday I'll have to, get back out there. And I was considering it and all that. And first of all, like, I hate when people talk like that, because I'm like, oh, I was not expecting you to say that. I'm sorry. Like, dang. But yeah, so we were talking about it, and I told him how I'm like, yeah, you might deal with some like weirdos, because everybody's weird, but I mean, you would probably have more luck than me, because I had to deal with like the creeps. And like at first he seemed kind of confused, and I was explaining, I'm like, because I'm a woman and I had to deal with men, they're more creepy usually. And I told him how like, yeah, I got lucky with mine and things like that.
Here's the thing though, I feel like when you're older, like depending on how old this person was, when
I
you're
don't
like
really
an older
know, to be
30 or
honest.
40-year-old person, I feel like
I don't think he's he almost seems, I'm wondering if maybe he's in like late 30s or 40 or somewhere around there, because I swear he's not that old. But I didn't realize he was even that old until he said like his wife passed away. I was like, and then I was like looking at him and thinking about it. I'm like, maybe he's not my age.
But nonetheless, it's easier for like them to have a connection, I would assume, and like to at least go on a date. Versus like, yeah, if you're a young 20-year-old or whatever, you're sitting here dealing with all these like guys that are sending dick pics and saying, hey ma, what's happening? Let me get those digits. Like, my issue, when it came to like online dating for me, I knew I had to come, like, if I found a girl interesting, first you read her bio, make sure you understand this person. Hopefully they
I
fill
was
it
telling
out correctly.
him that. Yeah.
And then it's like, if you feel what they're putting down and it's true and all that stuff, then shoot your shot. But don't do it like, hey, what's up and stuff. Just say, hey, I liked your bio. I thought this was interesting. Just wanted to reach out, or something not gross, and just all you do is shoot your shot in a classy way. That's how I like to push it. And like, especially when we have kids, like I plan on like, just make yourself presentable and like just keeping it classy.
Well, yeah, that's what I was telling him. I'm like, I got a lot of creeps or people who weren't creative and they just weren't interested. Yeah. Like, and they're just like, oh, hey. And like, yeah, I told him, I'm like, the cool thing is you can kind of sift through who maybe you potentially are interested in because there's stuff on the profile.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll say online dating is a lot tougher than in person, because in person, let's say if we met and we worked at the same job, or I knew you through a friend or something, we already have a connection like right off the jump, whether because we worked at the same job or when you have a friend in common or something. So I'm not a weirdo.
You start to build a friendship and like things happen and maybe you get feelings and yeah.
But like online, all you have is my words, and then sooner or later we may break off into texts and maybe calls, and like if we feel comfortable from there, we'll actually meet each other. So it's
and
a
then you might
process.
meet each other in person like at a public place because you don't want to die. Like there's all these steps.
It's a longer process, and
yeah, it's longer too, because not for nothing, I was talking with other guys and it's like everyone's all like, oh yeah, we should go on a date, we should do this, blah blah blah, and then there's this whole like weird period of being like, okay, so like who's gonna initiate it? Like, are we actually gonna go somewhere?
I was all about it.
Are we gonna do something? That's why you won me over, boo boo, because like these other guys I thought were all good at the time, like we were talking a lot and they seemed cool and I was ready, but like nothing was happening. And I was like, and this was my first experience with online dating. This was my first experience with potentially casually dating. And I was all over here like, okay, so like how long do I wait to like go on a date? Is it supposed to take a while? Like I was just like,
yeah, it made no sense. It's like it's once we start talking and there's a connection and we dig each other, the conversation is good, I'm like, okay, let's meet up and let's see off the first date where it goes.
Yeah.
Like I never understood that. It's always like my goal when it came to like online dating is talking with someone, because I feel like maybe that was me in the past. I feel it was most likely me in the past. Well, I would just talk to a girl and then like we would text for a little bit and then it wouldn't go anywhere and then
fizzle out.
Sooner or later, yeah, we just stop talking. And like I'm like, oh, this is stupid. I should like if I find this person interested, I should plan something and all that stuff. So yeah. All I know is, guys, I need 2 things from you. Stop with these "Hey, what's up" text messages, and stop with the dick pics and all that stuff. Like, yo, come with some class. I always thought I was a loser back in high school, because I wasn't like as aggressive as like the other guys were to girls, and like straight up. Like for example, I know an instance where I don't know about how your school was set up. Like ours for like gym, like each in like one gym year or whatever it was, semester or something, we had to go to the pool for a few weeks. So I remember this instance. We
didn't have a pool. That was the other school in our town.
So
which I love.
So I remember this instance where we went down to like the pool area at the bottom of the school, and like this girl somehow had chalk on her butt, and like this guy was just like, "Hey, you got chalk on your butt? Want me to get off?" And like she was just dead on like, sure. And like, yo, I was never that like upfront and like aggressive with that, because I'm just like,
I'm sorry, do we find that cute?
I mean, she wanted him to get that chalk off the butt.
I'd be like, ooh, where? And I'd like look and do it myself.
That's what I was expecting.
Kidding me?
That's what I was expecting.
What? Ew, I don't like that.
But like that's one of the instances that are in my mind.
But hey,
like,
different strokes for different folks, because that ain't me.
Yeah, like I was never that aggressive. I was always on the classy, like, treat someone with respect thing type first, not try to be all lusty. I maneuver. You see how I maneuver? Oh, just wait until Valentine's Day. The gifts I got.
Said it again, guys.
Ooh.
Times with a M.
Shut up.
I love you. I love teasing you.
I was making it freaking out. I was killing the game.
I'm excited though. Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yeah, you got me a Tesla?
Sure. If you can imagine it, then sure, I got it.
One of these days, I kind of just want to put down money on a Tesla and just see what you do. Be like, well, it's non-refundable. We might as well just go all the way in.
Sir, do you want to have an explosive argument?
No, because I wouldn't argue with you. I'd be like, well, it's a stupid idea, but we got to go all in now.
No, that's not how that works, sir.
I'm like, I'm sorry, it's my phone.
And this is why money problems are a big problem in relationships, folks.
It butt dialed.
Because people do dumb stuff like that.
It butt dialed. I didn't have no control over what happened. How...
It butt dialed the credit card number in?
Exactly. I mean, it's autofill on my phone, so, it just populated, and it just happened to put in like a couple thousand on a down payment. It just happened to do that. I don't know how.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, so do you want to take a break before we hop into this next one?
Sure.
Oh, God, guys, we'll be back in a hot moment. All right, so we back. Now, Super Bowl just happened this past weekend. Well, not this past weekend. You get what I mean. It happened recently. Why are you touching my stuff?
Continue. Oh my goodness.
And I want to talk about Shakira and J-Lo, and there was a huge backlash. Shakira. There's a huge backlash, with the whole show, and people not liking it. And they're like, "Oh man, this isn't child friendly," and all that stuff.
Go eat your prunes,
dog. I'm gonna just say, I didn't really care for the halftime show. It is what it is, because I never really cared for halftime shows. But they're impressive. I don't know anyone that's 50 years old that still has a body like that can still move like that and still kill it like that. Like, phew. That's what I'm trying to be when I grow up. Not a woman, but healthy.
He had to clarify.
Like, I don't want to be Shakira or J-Lo, but I want to have, healthy body metabolism, I guess.
Yeah, but also if you're able to do that all day, every day, and that's your lifestyle, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, one day. But what are your thoughts on it?
I thought it was great. I liked it. I liked how they incorporated a lot of different things. I don't remember what it's called, but there were like a couple different dances Shakira did that were like Colombian or certain kind of ethnicity like dances to like go with the culture. And apparently even that little like tongue thing she did was supposed to be like it was like an African or something, some kind of thing. I'm so terrible at describing it right now. Yeah. But
oh god, now she wants to have coughing fits. This is her like little dance. Go ahead.
Thanks. I mean, obviously they looked amazing. And yeah, so Shakira's 43 and J-Lo's 50. So yeah, again, amazing. And after kids and all that stuff. I thought it was really cool how J-Lo brought her daughter on. Because her daughter is getting a lot more into singing and has like, you know, some pipes on her, and it's just adorable. I thought the way they did like silent protesting was done tastefully, so that it's not like in your face political, but that it still had like
didn't even realize it.
Right. Yeah. So like the kids in cages and all that stuff. And I thought it was cool too how J-Lo, the flag that she was like wearing at one point, the little like fluffy whatever it was, on one side it was a Puerto Rican flag and on the other side it was the American flag.
Didn't even know that.
And I thought that was really cool because yeah, it's like representing who she is and that she's proud of both and like that kind of thing. So yeah, I thought it was well put together. Obviously it takes a lot of work to do something like that, like all the different people and places and dancing and all that, like oh my gosh. But I think it's dumb, the criticism they're getting, because if you simply look at last year's performance with Adam Levine when he was shirtless, the same 50-year-old women across the United States that are complaining about J-Lo and Shakira being in little uniforms or outfits, they're the same ones who were like fawning over him and drooling over him. So, it's a double standard. It's not fair. It's why, as women, we still struggle.
There was like a half a second that like they turned and like did a little like butt shake. I'm like, hey.
Side note, there is a joke about that. How, and I know it's like feeds into the, you know, the people who are criticizing, but there was this like TikTok and stuff, this like 8-year-old boy, and he's just watching the screen and his mouth is just open and he's just like oogling, and it said that was the moment that little Timmy knew he wasn't little anymore, like, or something like that, like, and I'm just like, oh gosh. But yeah, I mean, this stuff is the kind of stuff that feeds into the fact that we're still struggling we're still struggling with female empowerment and what that looks like. And yeah, I mean, it's dumb. We're like, people are putting them down like they did something wrong. And, you know, also not for nothing. For example, I've talked about before, I love gymnastics. Have you seen what they wear in gymnastics? Have you seen that sometimes their butt cheeks slip out and sometimes they're, you know, that their whole legs are out, that they got a thin thing where their vagina is too, and like it's skin tight.
Okay, cool, bro. That's not a family thing that's being broadcasted nationally.
It's not?
Not that I know.
Totally. Especially in the Olympics.
Dog.
These are family-friendly events. So, like, that ice skaters wearing basically the same exact outfits, like, hello. So they're trying to say that what they did was completely wrong and how they looked was wrong. Mm-hmm. But if you look at all these different other facets and all these other fields, and they are also family-friendly, hello. Suddenly it's okay.
I don't know. I don't really care about it because I don't care about that old school like mentality stuff.
It just doesn't make sense. I think they did the work. They did good.
The kids are watching these same kids that we're trying to supposedly defend. They're sitting there watching music videos with the same stuff or worse. And like, it's not like they can pull up a YouTube video and find like some girl freaking dancing a certain way or so. Like, I don't know.
There was a TikTok of someone who he was an adult, but he was pretending to be a kid, and he was making fun of the fact that the dad told him to go in the other room for a few minutes and like watch something else. So the kid then pulls up TikTok and watches some like girls shaking it on TikTok. And it's like, hello.
And it's like, it's not what they were doing. It wasn't even bad.
Right.
It wasn't bad.
Right.
I'm sitting here trying to like go through my mind.
No, some of the dances they did were very complicated. Like the stuff Shakira was doing, like it like was their authentic dances. And so I think these people are so hung up on the fact of what they were wearing. That's where it comes down to. And that's why.
Man, what they were wearing was bomb.
What?
What they were wearing was bomb.
Right.
Like,
and it's really annoying because then it comes back to the whole like rape culture and like, oh, well, what was she wearing? And like, did she lead it on? And like, you know, things like that. It's just all of it is wrong. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's also not for nothing. Yeah, it's easier to dance in something like that than it is something that's baggy. And
what do you expect for pretty much any female artist? Like, a lot of them would come out wearing something.
Yeah, and not
like
for nothing.
that.
It's kind of funny because we like to sexualize female artists and actors and all of them all the time, except when it's not convenient for us.
I don't understand it because, like, I can't think of anyone, maybe Billie Eilish, how you pronounce her last name. Like, I feel like anyone you bring out that's a popular female artist currently would come out in something similar.
I was watching something last night. It was the James Corden show, and he had Camila Cabello on. And when I tell you her dress was so short that it literally was only covering her butt cheeks. And it was like sitting like right under her butt cheeks.
And you didn't share that video with me?
And excuse me?
I'll just go out to dig for it myself.
Anyways, my point
James
here
Corden after this
is somehow that's okay. That's acceptable because maybe the rest of the dress wasn't as provocative as what J-Lo and Shakira were wearing. But still, like, one wrong move and that stuff's coming out. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, one wrong move? You mean one right move?
You know what? I'm done with you.
What are you talking about?
All I'm saying at the end of the day, yeah, to be a female artist, actress, whoever, clearly we've had to over-sexualize them all the time. But it doesn't make sense that, like, most of the time it's okay.
Dog.
And then every now and then it's not okay.
I've been seeing videos of Lizzo shaking her butt. Like, what are we talking about, people? Like, we want to get mad about so many things. And I'm just sitting here, like, I scroll through my Twitter feed and I see, like, some, like, Lizzo shaking her butt in the water or something. I'm like, I didn't want to see this, but it's here and I'm not going to get mad.
What I will say, and it's kind of funny, because I was on Facebook and it was on some, like, beauty page or something I was on. They were saying...
Dog, you picked the
that
wrong
we
time
want
to...
Can you stop making comments about it every single time, though?
Every time.
Every time I yawn, every time I cough.
Yes.
Shush.
No.
How's that cough drop? Exactly. Shut up.
It's nice.
Anyways, so they were saying, they're like, hook me up to J-Lo's esthetician, because clearly she would have to get a Brazilian wax for, like, everything to be smooth down there. Mm-hmm. So first of all, whoever's doing that job, good job. Second of all, whatever she had for both boob tape and vagine control was amazing. Because I will tell you from personal experience, I tried to use the boob tape in my wedding gown and it was just not staying. Like, I redid it a couple times and finally at the reception I was like, forget it. Like, that outfit, like, to have it stay, and with all that dancing, and she did the slide to the camera where her vagine is just there and it didn't move, like, woo, one wrong move, honey, and yeah.
Again, one
okay,
right
you know
move.
what, stop.
Like, get this right.
And it's kind of funny because she did all that, and nothing popped out. And of course, people were comparing it to Janet Jackson.
And also the Janet Jackson thing, that was like, we assume was an accident. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But,
But anyways, I thought it was great. I think people are split down the middle with it. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I just think, sure, maybe it wasn't. I mean, I thought it was pretty impressive. People are trying to say like it wasn't the most impressive. I mean, personally, and I may be biased, I really love the Lady Gaga one. I think she like went above and beyond for her halftime show. So I think that was different, but it was still solid. And you can't deny a lot of work went into that, and that, you know, they look good doing it, and they nailed it. They didn't make a mistake, supposedly. I mean, they didn't look like it, and yeah.
Yeah, like it was good. I can't knock it. I'm not big. God damn, I'm not big.
Oh,
on
what
the
was
Super
that?
Bowl.
Excuse me? What was that? What was
I
that?
hate you. You're the one who made me like this. I'm not big on the Super Bowl, and yeah, it was good. Can't complain. I don't get the issue. If we had a kid, whether it be a boy or girl, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're watching the Super Bowl, dog, sit there, enjoy the butts in your face.
Guys, here's the thing with kids, too. They're not going to over-sexualize it, and they're not going to think of it that way until you make a big deal out of it.
Yep.
Once you make a scene, that's when the kids are now hyper-aware and like, what happened? How am I supposed to see this? What's going on?
Yep.
Because I'm telling you, if a kid is just sitting there chilling, first of all, they may be half in and out watching it, but it's like they literally, maybe they love J-Lo or something because you played it a lot when they were a baby or whatever, and they may just be shaking their tushy like to the halftime show, like just dancing along with it. They're not, like, it's a child.
Yeah, it's like
it's a child.
It's like when a kid says a bad word and you're like, hey, don't say it. And they're like, it triggers something. They're like, oh, you don't want me to say that word? I'm going to start saying it now. And it's like, come on now. You should have knew this was going to happen.
Well, it's just like boobs and how like we over-sexualize that when it comes to children. No, children don't see it as like a sexual item. They see it, like, for example, if I have a 5-year-old and then I'm breastfeeding a newborn in front of them, they don't see it weird. They don't look at my boob as like a problem that it's out and providing for their sibling. Like, we make that a thing. Like, ugh.
Sweet, true. Anything else for you?
No, I'm good.
Now, would you want to take a break?
Sure.
God damn, I want to move on without taking breaks. Guys, unfortunately, we will be right back. All right, so I gotta get into this, dog. So, as you know, the Iowa caucus finally came out, did the whole thing. It was a lot of issues happening. I don't really want to get political with it. And one interesting story that happened was an Iowa voter was shocked to learn that Pete Buttigieg is gay, and she asked for her vote back. I thought this was common knowledge at this point that this guy was gay. He literally, when he came out, at the beginning of 2019, he said, like, yo, he's gay.
He's
like,
said it multiple times.
He's been on magazines with his partner. Like, if you don't know, you're stuck somewhere.
But also, that's not how this works.
So I'm going to play this clip for you guys. Here, listen to this. It's just wild to me that she doesn't understand. And, like, these people at the school system, whoever the volunteers are, like, they're just as confused with her. Like, how do you not know this?
Right.
So check this out. If it wants to play.
What?
Same sex. Yes. Are you kidding? Yeah, he's married to him, yes. We need to find out if that's serious. Well, then I don't want anybody like that in the White House. So can I have my card back? And I don't know. He signed it. We could go ask. I never knew that.
Well, so the whole point of it is, though, if he's a human being, right? Just like you and me, and should it really matter? That's what.
Well, he better read the Bible.
He does, and he says that God doesn't choose a political party because.
Why does it say in the Bible that a man should marry a woman then?
Well, I totally respect your viewpoint on this. I so totally do. But I think that we were not around when
How
that
come
was
this has
being
never
written.
been brought out before?
It's common knowledge.
I never heard it.
She doesn't know what to say.
We can talk to someone if you need to talk to them about this. I don't know the rules on this or not, but I guess what I would like you to just dig deep inside and think like,
Oh, honey, you're not going to
should it
change her.
matter if it's a woman or if it's a man or if they're heterosexual or homosexual, if you believe in what they say. That's my question.
It all just went right down the toilet, is where it all just went.
And that you are, yeah, you have a total right to your opinion, and I am not trying to tell you to think otherwise, but we'll ask what they want us to do. But I just ask you to look inside your heart because you sound like a Christian woman to me, and I'm a Christian woman, and my God wants me to love everybody. I do, yep.
So you must not believe it then if you think it's okay for somebody to be married to a same-sex person.
No, I think we're just interpreting it different, and that's okay because everybody gets to have their own beliefs. But what I teach my son is that love is love, and we're all human beings.
Yeah. And like this lady's dead serious. Like she's sitting there like, you know, he must read the Bible or he has to read the Bible. Dog. I'm sure this lady's not the only person that didn't know that Pete Buttigieg was gay.
Yeah, how do you avoid that? Especially if you're researching your candidates.
They're not though. I guarantee a lot of these people that vote, no offense to anyone that's listening that doesn't do this, but I really feel like people don't do their research.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like people are like, oh, everyone's swinging with this guy. I'm going to go with him, too. It's like...
I'm sorry, but she's never going to get through to that woman. Like, I understand she was trying to be helpful in explaining that, but, like, those kind of people, they're never going to change their views. Like, ugh. I hate when it's like, oh, you can't be the same kind of Christian if you don't believe in XYZ or like you don't follow XYZ and all this stuff. I hate that so much because I'm that type of person who, yeah, I say I'm Christian too. And if someone's like, oh, well, then you need to believe it this way or else you're not. Like, well, you can't tell me what I am or am not. Like,
we use the Bible as like some type of like be all end all for things, and it's so stupid. It's like, yo, no like figure that we're like praising to wrote the Bible. Like it was another person a long time ago. Like the Bible could be interpreted in so many different ways. I don't care.
And I'm sorry, but again, isn't it the philosophy that we are all God's children? So first of all, are you saying that because there's a gay person that makes that person not like God's child and bad in God's eyes and stuff? So first of all, you're like saying that. And second of all, it's like, no, we're all put on this planet for a reason and we are the way we are for a reason. And it's like, I can't believe that if I believe in God and creation and all this stuff that's a problem. Like it doesn't make sense. And it just, I am very love is love. Like that's it. And just God is love. That's the whole idea of it. Honestly, whatever religion, you look in different religions, that's still at the basis of it. Is whoever you are praising and praying to and believe in and all that, the whole overseeing kind of thing is love and guidance and trust and caring and like that's it. So even if you take Christianity out of this and you say a different religion, that's the whole idea. Is it's supposed to be this greater being that is love. That's it. That
Some
loves
religions.
people.
Some religions, some are, some are not the greatest.
Well,
but
okay,
yeah.
I'm not saying like satanic religion.
I mean,
like,
I'm not saying that. Too.
but-
That's an extreme. I'm going to something more realistic. But yeah, and every reviews, not every religion is like love is love. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, we all praise to something.
No. That's not what I meant. I'm not saying every religion believes that if you're gay or whatever, that's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the base of it is the person you're praying to is love and is like a light.
Sure.
You don't get it?
I get what you're saying, but I wouldn't say that, because like there's so many religions that like.
Well, yeah, I don't know them all, but I'm saying.
I mean, of course, but
several
like
I know,
there's
but-
just. Man, there's things, because it's like a path where it's like, oh, does this if this person is this way, do I love them? Do I not love them?
Right.
So I don't know. I would say some of them fit what you're trying to say. I get it, but I feel like there's still
Yeah.
a good majority that like, yeah, if you're gay, lesbian, whatever, I can't rock with you. Mm-hmm. That's just my thoughts on it.
You're missing out on some cool people then. That's what I gotta say.
That's what's going to blow my mind. So let's say down the road, if Pete happens to win, I'm not saying who I'm voting for or any of that stuff, but think of the people that are so against that, to know that like, yo, every time that like, you know, the president has like a conference or something, that you're going to see Pete and his partner with them, and like, yo, it's going to like this lady and like all these other people are going to get so mad at that.
Ooh, it would be a new definition instead of the first lady.
Like
First man.
it would upset so many people just about like that
First
simple thing.
gentleman.
And it's like, I
wonder
don't
what he's
care.
called.
Like, dog, just make sure like everything's handled and we're not going into World War III or something. Like, shoot. Like, I don't care who you want to sleep with. Like, that doesn't affect me at all. And it was just crazy when I saw that. I'm like, this is common knowledge.
Yeah.
I feel like
right. Well, no, when she said that, I'm like laughing because she's just baffled that it's like, you're serious? Like,
feel
you're
if I asked my
surprised?
mom,
Is this a joke?
My
like,
mom would know this.
Right.
I'm like, how do you not know this?
Yeah.
Like he goes hard for the pushing, you know, the LGBTQ. They tried to making sure that's all set. Like, how do
He's
you not
talked
know?
about it in actual debates. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind.
All right.
Because there's just more people out there that feel the same way.
Right. So I wonder what ended up happening there. Because I'm like, I feel like you can't.
I feel like
back
at the end
your
of it, your vote's already casted. If the results,
Yeah.
like, you can't do that. It is what it is. And I'm not sure how I mean, she can vote when it comes down to time to actual vote for people. Like, I don't know. This is the PSA for everyone that doesn't know Pete Buttigieg. He's gay. If you didn't know that after listening to this or before listening to this podcast, I'm sorry.
Someone who's listening to it and like,
I did not know that. I mean, I'm surprised you're listening to us to begin with, because I kind of feel like you wouldn't fit.
that's true.
You wouldn't like. I don't know. Maybe that's
The stuff we talk
maybe
about.
that's just me. But I would like to say that we want to have to take a break on this next one.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, let's go. What? I'm sorry for everyone's ears. Dog, so I want to continue talking about this coronavirus, even though everyone hates it. And I want to talk about it mainly because it seems that, you know, since this has happened, and it's been a hot topic for the past 2, 3, 4 weeks, however long it's been happening, it's given people, like, an excuse to be racist to other people, to where, like, I've seen videos of people, like, hating Asian people, whether it's, like, on a subway or whatever, and just not wanting to sit next to them or treating them some type of way. It's like, why? My mom asked me, this was a joke, everyone. She's like, oh, so are you eating Chinese food? And she's just joking around saying, like, she sees people like saying they're gonna stop eating Chinese food, and I'm like,
I saw that on one of the town forums on Facebook.
wow,
People were talking about it, and like because someone wanted to know like what was the best spot in our town for like Chinese like to order in.
Wow.
And people were like, oh, like you're still eating that and like stuff like that. Oh,
wow.
it's a real thing. It's a real
order
thing.
Chinese to help these businesses out because they're probably taking a hit too. Like, damn.
No, you know what I thought of?
What?
So those cutting boards that I ordered,
Yep.
I saw earlier how it says made in China. And I feel like even people would be like rude about that. Think about it. Like people I feel like would be like, oh, I can't order anything that's made there right now, which good luck, by the way.
I mean,
but
just throw out your iPhone.
Right.
Throw out your Samsung. A lot of the stuff that we have, like so
pretty
many
much everything.
businesses are having issues because of China, being shut down.
Yep.
Like, literally, the iPhones don't know like how they're gonna handle this if like they have to
If it's drawn out.
push out, or
Yeah.
like if you guys are big in gaming, like
And
may
that's a
push
big
out-
deal.
If you're big in gaming, they may push out when games release because they're not going to be able to make a certain amount of consoles because of this issue. Like, it affects a lot of things.
does,
So it's like,
yeah.
what do you... Like, so many things that you buy as a consumer are made in China, so you might as well just chuck everything out. Like, makes
I
no
just
sense.
think it's terrible. It is. It's straight up racism and xenophobia. That's all it is. Especially when people are looking at all Asian people and saying it. So that means if you're Japanese or Korean or anything else and you're not Chinese, they're grouping you all together and just being terrible. And they think it's funny or they think it's justified.
Yeah.
It's sick.
And like,
Especially if it's like an Asian American. We have plenty of Asian Americans here who are full American citizens and have been for a long time. But no, all of a sudden, and say, they have never been to China, but all of a sudden they're being looked at like, no, you must have come from there
And,
like a month ago.
I was talking to one of my friends, and he was sitting there like I guess his state has a lot of Asian people like around there, and he's sitting there saying like, oh, he's worried himself, saying how like it's the Chinese New Year and everyone's back, and all that stuff, and I'm like, really, really?
It's funny because where was it? I think it was Canada. What's his name? I'm blanking on it. He was the guy that had like a racially charged scandal last year from Canada. The
Dog, I can't help you. So I mean, you gotta be looking at this on.
a political figure. Anyway,
Cool.
he they filmed when he was like celebrating like Chinese New Year with people like in the community there, and they were saying how it's kind of similar to how, I can't remember who did it during SARS, but when we had SARS epidemic in 2003, they were saying it was a very similar thing of trying to show that like, hey, we can still like hang out with them and we're not like racist and it's not an issue, like, and kind of encouraging in that way. And I'm like, that's just sad that you even have to do that.
But it's just it's wild the extent that people are going to, but like shaming a race, and it's again, I hate to get political with it, but I feel like we've been hating against a race for the past 3-4 years now, and it's just been like every couple of months or something like that, it's always been some race, whether it's like we don't like black people for a time, or we don't like Mexicans for a time, or we don't like Asian people now, or like we didn't like who was one, like people from like foreign places like Syria, and like just different places
Muslims?
like that. Yeah, there we go.
That was a big one.
Muslim people, like, it's just like, I feel like it's like pick a variation of like months over the last 3-4 years, and it's always been, who are we not liking? What group of people are we not liking right now? And it's so toxic, and it's so annoying that we can't just like all coexist, and everyone has to like live in some type of like label and hysteria of like, yo, I don't rock with that person because they're this race or they're that race. And it's like, come on, yo. Like, I can't believe my friend was that serious when he was like, he wouldn't, be rude to someone that's Asian at this time, but he would, kind of stay away and wouldn't
you
get too
call him
close.
out?
Obviously.
What'd you say?
I mean, I'm going to say that's not right. What else? I'm not going to attack you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's not right. You're being straight up racist. That, like, I can't force anyone to do what they don't want to do, but I'm going to tell you that's not right. Like, if I'm going out in public, we go to a mall, we go to, somewhere. If I see someone that's Asian, Chinese, whatever, Vietnamese, whatever the case is, I'm not automatically assuming, man, they may have the coronavirus. Let me stay away.
Mm-hmm.
Uncomfortable. Like, for example, you were saying with your cough, how, like, your cough is sitting there, you're like, and people make you feel awkward. Like, imagine these people. They're feeling like, just how you feel or even worse.
That's kind of what's funny. Some of these Asians that are maybe getting this are perfectly healthy right now.
Yep.
And are not even displaying any signs of anything. So it's like you put that person next to me, but for some reason you might be more worried around that person. Like, if we were next to each other, perfectly healthy Asian person, me who's coughing up a lung every 5 seconds, and for some reason if you had to choose who to stand next to, you might still stand next to me.
Yep.
Like, that's it. That's just, there you go. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. And let's talk about, not only that the Chinese doctor who tried to warn the world about the coronavirus, he recently died. And I'm like, go ahead, get into your conspiracy bag if you want to.
I'm just saying, it's kind of funny. Whenever there's whistleblowers, they die.
I mean, what else do you expect them to do? Stand strong?
I'm just saying, because I think he was a doctor, right?
Yeah, he was a doctor.
And it's like, and I don't know how it is over in China.
I mean, it seems pretty bad if, like, I think over 200 people have died.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Because as a whole, I know China is, I think, tougher with their government and services and stuff like that. But over here in the States, I know that, for example, I've heard from other medical professionals, if there's like a doctor and he's seriously injured or seriously sick or something, the hospital would kind of go above and beyond to make sure this person makes it, because they are vital for other people to make it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if China doesn't see it that way.
Probably not.
Or what, but I'm like, for the doctor to die when... I just think that's kind of mind-boggling, because he's a doctor. Like, I feel like they're just... I don't know. It seems kind of sketchy to me. And I feel like it's just because he happened to be the one who brought it to the light. That probably plays a role in his death. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, because that does happen. That's not even just a conspiracy. That does happen.
This is so interesting.
So,
I guess back on December 30th, this doctor sent a message to his medical school alumni group on a popular Chinese messaging app called WeChat, telling them to privately warn their families. Instead, a screenshot of his warning was posted online without his name being blurred out, and it went viral.
Exactly. Boom.
Within hours, Lee was summoned by officials at his hospital to explain how he knew about the tests, and days later, he was ordered to appear at the local police station, where he was warned to stop spreading rumors and forced to sign a statement acknowledging his misdemeanor and promising not to commit further unlawful acts.
Boom. I'm telling you. Silenced.
And then on January 10th, Lee unwittingly treated a patient with coronavirus 2 days later after the 34-year-old began coughing and was admitted to a hospital. His condition deteriorated, and days later he was admitted into intensive care. He was later diagnosed with the coronavirus on February 1st. It goes on to say in his final post on Weibo, before he died on January... So he died on January 30... I'm so lost in this timeline then. Because they said he was diagnosed. Who are we talking about? I'm not sure if it's Lee or the patient.
Was it an autopsy that diagnosed him?
I don't know. January 30th, Lee asked, "I was wondering why the government's official notice were still saying there was no human-to-human transmission. and there was no healthcare workers infected. At the time, Lee raised an alarm in late December. There were a few reports of the outbreak, and authorities were eager to keep it that way. The police announced on January 1st that they have taken legal measures against 8 people who recently published and shared rumors online about the pneumonia-like illness and cause adverse impacts on society.
I'm telling you.
So they said at least 566 people have been infected. More than out of, I guess, 28,000. I don't know what this. I don't know what the numbers are.
I mean, the numbers keep changing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't want to even go off that. But just nonetheless, it's kind of wild. Like in the U.S., I don't think that would happen. Where it's like, yo, he's spreading rumors, stop it. I mean, I feel like they would look into it before they shut you up. And I feel like Chinese government was just like, stop talking.
I'm telling you. It's linked.
Yeah.
Like, come on. The fact that they did all that, come on.
I don't know.
That, or maybe it was just straight neglect. That maybe he was really sick with this, and he wasn't getting treated like he should.
Well, I don't think he was, yeah, because how do you get treated with it with something they don't believe?
Right, and just, I don't know. And maybe as punishment, dare I say? I don't know.
Possibly.
So I'm just saying, I think this played a role in his death.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong.
It is. It is wrong. Now, my love, before we get into this relationship,
let's go.
Guys, Lord, baby Jesus, sweet baby Yoda.
Oh, speaking of baby Yoda, guys, this baby nut that was premiered during the Super Bowl in Mr. Peanut's place, Baby Yoda is still supreme.
Okay. If you say so. So, this is a topic I kind of want to talk about. I don't want to focus too much on the article itself. Not the article, but the post itself. But essentially, on this relationship advice topic, it is about this woman's husband who recently gained 66 pounds since they got married 10 months ago. I want to kind of keep this like simple, so I'm gonna kind of sift out certain things because it's a couple paragraphs. She goes on to say, we got married about 10 months ago, and since he has put on more than 66 pounds, that's almost 70 pounds. I have not wanted to have sex because not only am I not attracted to heavier set men, it physically doesn't work as well. Shallow, I know, but I can't help it. Trust me, I've tried. Oh God, I hate when people can't type. It depresses me that I don't want to have sex with him because he is borderline sex addict. God damn.
I mean, that's not good either.
It says he's thought about sleeping with other women since I'm not into sex. I used to love sex, but now not so much. He's also very lazy in bed. He will lay there and expect me to do all the work, or
oh my gosh,
I'll just give him a PJ.
Oh my God.
Almost daily to partially satisfy his needs. He never, in all caps, gives me massages or anything to get in the mood. Damn, buddy, he is lazy. She goes on to say, anyways, I digress. The weight and being lazy thing, it makes me feel indifferent towards him. He will come home and strip naked, sit on the couch, and fall into a tunnel of idiotic videos on any given social media platform for hours. When he eats, he eats.
He eats in all caps.
He's a binge eater. Like every day, comes home with a bunch of junk from the grocery store, eats it on the couch, and then leaves the wrappers laying around until I pick it up. I work all day with screaming children and then come home to a giant man-child.
Oh, that's the worst.
Before we got married 10 months ago, we would go to the gym, eat healthier together. I feel so lost because I do love him dearly. I tried so much to help him. Cooking, meal prep, buying him a new gym bag, gym sweats, fitness tracker, etc. I've even gently told him that I care about his health and he's important, that I have a partner who takes care of himself. He always is like, baby, I know. Monday, I will start the gym and diet. I swear I hear this every goddamn week is what she means to say. Ugh. How do I work on this? I know I can't force him to change. I should love him for who he is, but it's hard. If you've made it this far, thank you for reading my rambling relationship rant. Go ahead.
I will say I like this first person's comment on this. It says, you're blowing him every day, picking up garbage after him. Why does he need to change his behaviors? Sucks that he doesn't care enough about you to change just because you need him to. But if you want to stay married, then I think you need to apply some tough love. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Because it is. It's the simple fact of, like, you're doing everything I enjoy anyway. Like, why... it's the whole reinforced behavior kind of thing.
I would want to, not do all that stuff. And I would have a conversation because it sounds like to me, either two things have happened. He's gotten really insecure since you've gotten married for whatever reason, and it went off the deep end. Or maybe this was his goal all along, to be like, once I get married, haha, you're stuck, you're trapped, and I'm just gonna do me.
That's messed up if that's true. That's what I was wondering too. Is I almost wonder if there was like a switch that flipped once he got married, and maybe he's scared, or maybe that wasn't like his end goal was to get married. I don't know. Maybe there's something there
True.
about like maybe this wasn't.
If he got forced into it, or something like that.
Maybe this isn't his kind of life dream, and I don't know. I think that seriously like messed with him somehow.
I could totally see that if you force someone into it,
and it almost sounds like a form of depression, because he really is just. He's not doing much. He's not motivated. He's gaining weight. He's in a cycle of just that. Like doing bare minimum and just not even caring about himself. So I feel like that's actually a sign of depression, in which case he should get seen too.
Yeah, like therapy, of course.
But I'm like...
I'll totally have a conversation like it. I would totally have a conversation like, why, what changed? Like, did I force you into getting married and you didn't want to get married? And
because that's weird.
Especially
if you're saying before you used to eat healthy and work out together. What? I'm telling you, like, it was like a switch. Something just went haywire in his brain.
And like maybe
and it's like, why?
There could be a lot of things. Because let's say if it is like mentally related, it could be like something where maybe he saw us in his childhood and like he saw where marriage led, and this is where of like self-sabotage in a way.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it like triggers in my mind, is like he's trying to self-sabotage, and instead of telling her like he's not up for this marriage thing, he's hoping that she would just be like, I'm done. I mean, that's another idea. It comes down to a conversation, because you're just you deal with kids when you're at work, and you come home, you deal with another essentially a kid.
Let me tell you, I know that's exhausting.
And it's like, wait, you're not saying that with me, right?
No.
Good. And then it's like, yeah, you got to stop what you're doing. You're feeding into everything. Like,
also, like, let's not breeze over the borderline sex addict comment either. The fact that you're saying that is also kind of concerning. Like, if you're serious that like it's to the point of like it's controlling his life, that's also something that should be looked into, because that's also not healthy.
I feel like that term is subjective.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. So it's like you'd have to see, but like...
Because you could say, for example, I'll say for us, for example, you could say someone's a sex addict if it's like, let's say you only want sex once a week and I want it, two, three times more than you in that week. In my mind, I could be considered a sex addict.
No,
too, so
but
kinda...
also, what? You're saying he requires a blowjob every day?
I mean, that's kind of...
To take the edge off? That sounds...
It's pretty wild. I don't know.
See, no, sir. Like, I'm not your servant in that area. Like, that just sounds like a chore. You know what I mean? Like, that, no.
He has a good one, I'll say. I will say. Like, for her to... He knows he can get one over. He can sit here, go to the grocery store, eat whatever he wants. She'll still do something to please me. Still picks up after me. Like, still, like, essentially treats it like she has another kid at home.
Man,
or has a kid at home.
I'm just saying, if she's not sexually attracted to him, her having to do those blowjobs, her gagging is not because it's on what she's doing. That's got to be really difficult for her.
And here's
Ugh.
to kind of stray off this for a little bit.
Think about that. You have to do that with someone that you're not attracted to. Ugh.
Yeah. So stray off slightly on this. Yo, one of my biggest fears, which I'm not sure if we talked about on the podcast, is like getting too overweight to where like I'm not liking myself, and to especially where like you like being my partner and not liking me. And I'm like, that's one of my fears.
Well,
like, damn.
for me, I'd want you to be healthy. That's the main.
So you're saying I can get big as long as I'm healthy, right? As long as the
No,
doctor's like, yo, he's healthy.
My main concern would be that, I'm saying.
What if I get bigger? The
Versus
doctor's
the
like,
whole-
he's healthy.
Okay?
Oh, so you good? You still find me attractive?
You're you.
Even with a big belly?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm about to do what this guy
The whole
does,
big
then.
belly on a guy, though, is not healthy usually. Because, yeah, usually guys just get it in the gut, and that's not good for... That's actually not good.
I thought you just said that you love me no matter what, because, I mean, me.
I did. I'm saying it's not
Make
healthy.
up your mind, yo. You're playing games
all
with
right,
me.
sir, stop.
Would you like me with a belly or not?
Sir, I said like you, but not healthy. Those are different things.
What if the doctor said I am healthy?
You're not with that.
What if I pay the
All
doctor?
right, I'm
to
done.
sit?
We're not doing this conversation.
No, but that's like my legit fear, and like that's why I love going to the gym, and I try doing it consistently, especially when it comes time for like kids to happen. Like I want to make sure like I'm somewhat fit to like handle kids and to still stay attractive to the person I'm with. And I know sooner or later we get old, and it's like you can't help it when you're like, I don't even know, like 60, 70, 80. When you're like that old, sure. But like for the most
Depends on
part,
your lifestyle.
what?
Depends on your lifestyle.
True. But for the most part, for me, I want to like remain as healthy as I can be as like we progress throughout life. Like I'm not someone I don't see myself ever being like, I'm going to stop going to the gym because I don't have the time to or whatever. Like, dog, if it comes to it and like I have to like get little weights or something to work out too and like have my own time, my own place to work out,
Well,
it's
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Got any thoughts on that? Fears of gaining weight, not feeling attractive.
I mean, my weight always fluctuates, so yeah, I always struggle with that, but
You don't have the same fear as me. I get it. It's fine. I just pour my heart.
I mean, I do, because when we were first dating and you were all like, if you were 500 pounds, I wouldn't like you.
That's stop.
I still remember that, sir.
Yeah, that's a realistic thing, though.
All right.
When you're 500, how do I still
to
love
me,
you, but I won't feel.
To me, I was like, that means if I gain weight, period, that he not gonna like me. He said this when we were first dating, guys.
Dog,
okay.
500 pounds is excessive.
I was scared. I was like, oh, even if I'm 200 pounds, he's not gonna like me.
It depends on what. It depends on pretty much if you're healthy.
Oh, now that works. When I was saying it was, no, you don't like me.
I mean, it depends because I would have to see what 200 like looks on you. Like if that like
Yeah, I'm short.
like,
that
any,
makes
like-
everything worse.
that's like my thought when you say that.
let me
But,
tell
like,
you
dog,
guys.
500 is excessive. 300 is excessive. You say 300 and you no.
I'm 5 foot even. I'm supposed to be like, I think it's like 100 to 110 or something like that. Let me tell you the last time I saw those numbers on a scale. I don't even remember.
I mean,
like,
first off, let's not give out your weight. Come on now, you women. You're a woman.
I'm not giving out my weight, but
You're telling them what you're not.
I mean, if anyone sees pictures of me, they could probably guess I'm not that.
I have no idea because I don't understand women's weights. So,
anyways,
I would like to say where you're at is a good weight. I don't have any complaints.
well, thank you. I would like to improve, but thank you.
I mean, sure. I'm
waiting for this cough to go away.
I just, yeah. That's just one of my fears. Like, I'm just trying to run after my kid as he's trying to run away in the store laughing at me. Get him, I could be like, got you, little motherfucker.
No, put me down.
Be outside.
No.
Get a belt.
What?
Put you down.
What?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
No, I'm just
You
kidding.
gonna learn today.
I'm just kidding.
Learn today.
Wow.
Good.
This kind of aggressive.
Okay.
Ooh, I was the kid that would hide in the clothing racks.
Oh, it's so stupid though, because I could just see your feet.
No.
Like, so stupid.
No, when you're a kid, you're like, this is the best hiding place.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to those trips. I was a good kid when it came to like being with my mom and stuff, because I always stayed with her. But like I saw like with like my younger brother and everything, like he was horrible when he was a kid.
I would always go away.
But then he learned, like, it was always helpful when I was with my mom, because like even though she wouldn't listen to him, he would listen to me. So like I was there like as a backup to be like, don't do it, and he wouldn't do it. So like, yeah,
that's funny.
That was
she used you. That's funny.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yep.
So guys, we made it through. Hopefully you enjoyed our coughing. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, hour.
It's not my fault. You gave it to me. Oh, God, kill me.
What was that?
Shut up.
Excuse me?
Shut up.
Did you just cough?
As soon as we're done, I gotta go take some cough medicine. So, that's gonna happen. I gotta work, dog. I gotta get rid of this cough like ASAP. It needs to be gone like yesterday.
Right. It's not gonna get rid of it, but okay.
It could suppress that shit till next year. Cool. Like suppress it.
Good for you.
God damn. All right. With that being said, I think I'm done. Are you cool? Her silence means yes, because she doesn't want to talk to trigger her cough. All right, guys. You know what it is. Thank you for making it to the end of this episode. I appreciate you so much. What?
That was aggressive.
As always, if you could please take a moment to rate and review and check us out on iTunes. It literally takes a minute. Say, yo, I love the podcast. Keep it up. 5 stars. It is super appreciated. What?
You took my moment.
It is super appreciated.
5 stars, 5 stars.
That you
took my moment.
That you give us 5
stars.
You
were not supposed to say 5 stars.
Okay, well, you slacking.
That's me. No, I'm not slacking. You just took it. You pulled the rug out from under me. Rude.
I would have made a bad joke. Okay, it's just because of a recent comment. Okay, it's a joke. Don't kill me. I'm surprised I can even pull the rug up under you. But...
That's terrible.
Well, it's in regards to like you being 500 pounds, but you're not, so you good.
Close out the podcast.
You good. Pound it. Oh, no, you're going to hit me with my ring. Never mind.
No, I'll pound it. I won't hurt.
You can pound it all right. You can pound it all right. You can pound it all right.
All right. No, not if I'm 500 pounds, apparently.
Yeah, you can't. You'll pound me into the ground. Let's not do that.
All right,
Lord,
sir. Goodbye.
All right, guys. I'm going to leave because someone's getting offended even though they're not 500 pounds. Once again.
Goodbye, sir.
Send us your voice messages at PagingTheSimpsons on Anchor.fm. Send us your thoughts, questions, comments, any of that good stuff at PagingTheSimpsons@gmail.com. I'm sorry for my stuffy ass body. Hopefully I'm better next week. With that being said, I'm Shadell, co-host of Paging the Simpsons. I'm joined by my lovely wife,
Lauren.
and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace out.